and welcome to Average Fitness. My name is Ryan, and I am going to take you on a food and prep adventure. Now, these are all my tools in order to lose weight. And I call them tools because that's exactly what they are. They each have a purpose for the intake, and they each have a very specific function in my life for this whole process. And once you get all this straight, the fat will just start melting away, as long as you put your work in on in the gym. First things first, you need to make sure that you drink plenty of water. I like these deer bark jugs because it lets you fill up your entire jug of water, and you know you need to drink the whole thing by the end of the day. The vitamins that I take are a basic multivitamin and glucosamine and chondroitin combination. The multivitamin is a sort of catch-all for any nutrients that I miss out on throughout the day as a result of having such a limited diet. And the glucosamine and chondroitin is a supplement that helps with joint health. Well, it says joint health right there. So I find a marked difference between how my elbows and knees feel when I'm taking it and when I'm not taking it. Eggs and salsa. Now, I typically I will buy the 5 dozen set of eggs, but when I'm cooking eggs, I need to make a whole mess of them. So the more bulk you can buy in eggs, the better. The salsa is a guilt-free addition to the eggs that you can add a little bit of flavor, because the thing is that I take about 10 egg whites in the morning. These are the egg whites that I actually just cooked. I just ran, I got home, weighed myself, and these are my 10 egg whites. Now, you may think that that's a lot of eggs, and in a way it is, but the food volume might be high, but the calories are extremely low. It's all protein, so you may think it's a lot, and it may take some getting used to eating every morning, but you will find yourself hungry 3 hours later. I promise you. The food scale. You need one of these. You need to treat yourself like a science experiment whenever you're losing fat like this. So, in order to do this properly, in order to make sure that you're getting the proper amount of protein, you need to measure the amount of protein that you're eating. So get one of these if you don't have one already. This is chicken breast in a Ziploc bag, along with pepper and sea salt. This particular brand of pepper from Wegmans I find wonderfully tasty, and you need to do anything you can when you're cooking your chicken breasts in order to make these delectable as possible, because this gets really boring after a while. So that's why I like to utilize a whole mess of different spices every once in a while in order to spice up the chicken and make it taste a little bit different every day. The other important component to this is the Ziploc bag, and the reason is that they're easy to carry around. When you cook the chicken, wait for the chicken to cool off, and then parse out the chicken breasts as you need them. I typically do about 16 ounces of chicken, which is for the most part 2 chicken breasts, and I don't eat this all at once. I eat this throughout the day. So essentially I can split that down the middle, eat 1, 2, 3, 4 different meals of chicken, and the last one is typically right before I go to bed, but they're all in here. And then once I cook them, I typically will put them all in the freezer, and I'll show you. I've got quite a number. I got 1-2 days in here. I got 2 days in the fridge itself. This is a beautiful head of broccoli. I love broccoli for dieting down. It's packed full of nutrients. I eat it raw because the more raw it is, the more energy it takes to digest. The more energy it takes to digest, the more fat comes out of your body. And it's also, like I said, packed full of micronutrients. It's also very easily storable. It stores rather well. It lasts throughout the day outside of the refrigerator. I essentially will eat this entire head of broccoli throughout the day. When I get hungry, I just snack on it in between meals. Typically the last 2 meals of the day, I will just finish off the broccoli along with the chicken that I eat. The next tool are Quaker Oats, old-fashioned. I don't like the instant oats because breaking them down actually raises their sugar level. Their glycemic index will actually increase as a result of them being turned into instant oats. And really all instant oats are just oats that have been crushed into like a finer meal. These are whole oats. Let's see if you can take a look at one right there. Yeah. And that's a whole oat, and you can see the kernel there. And some of the chaff is still on some of these. And that's when you know that it'll absorb slower. Now this is about a 1/4 cup of oats, and I'll eat this after I end this video along with my egg whites. And then I'm going to go do legs, and then I'll eat another 1/4 cup of oats. But old-fashioned Quaker Oats, best stuff I've found yet. Dymatize makes a wonderful whey protein isolate. Now I take the isolate as opposed to concentrate because the isolate doesn't seem to give me stomach problems, or at least not as much as the concentrate does. Dymatize Elite Whey is actually sugarless, so I don't have to worry about that particular amount of carbohydrates. I can add sugar to other things if I'd like to, if I need to. And I take about 1.5 scoops to 2 scoops, 2 scoops on leg day, and I do that only after I lift. I was taking whey protein after I ran in the morning, and that's perfectly fine to do if you're in a pinch and you don't have eggs. But even when I'm dieting down, I like to have some sort of a semblance of a normal existence, so that's why I like my eggs in the morning. And now I am ready for my breakfast. Meal 1 of 6. Alright everybody, thanks for coming to check me out and looking at my food. I'll talk to you later. Have a good day.